Hi guys. Hello. Can everybody hear me? I keep doing these audio checks in the beginning because the more I'm doing these lives, the more paranoid that I get that maybe you all can't hear me. So thumbs up if you can. Please. Hi. All right, I think it's working. I am so thrilled that Whitney Cummings is going to be on here. I don't understand how I get to be friends with her, but I do, or at least I consider her a friend of mine. But I just think she's so cool and she's so funny. And genuinely today I was like, I'm so nervous to have her on live because she's just wickedly cool. But I am going to guest her right now, and we can't wait to talk to you guys. So ask us any questions on the comment section. Sometimes the question box doesn't work, so just type away where we can both see it. And I'm going to go ahead and guest her when she's here. Blake, I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Should you say, well, he's asleep right now, but it's adoption day for him, which is very exciting for him, hard for me. I love him so much. We've just been outside spending time together. I'm gonna see. Let's see. Whitney, whenever you're here, you let me know. I'm super excited to have you. We're just gonna give it 1 second, you all. She will be here. Until then, if you guys have any questions, I will answer them. Here she is. Great. I'm glad I didn't have to answer anything. We're gonna whip her on. Hold on. She's way more entertaining than me.
I, I am so bad at this.
No, you're not. You're
I'm
so good.
so sorry.
No, I was like, am I gonna have to answer questions? And then you went there. I was like, oh, good, thank God.
The terror in your eyes was so real. You know why I was late is because I didn't.
Why are you late, Whitney?
I know I have no excuse.
What the heck?
I've been nowhere. One of the hardest things about all this is you have no excuse to be late. You
no
can't
excuse to not text back.
Yeah.
There's like
can't blame. I mean, how many times can I say my Wi-Fi is down? Like, how many times can I pretend I don't know how to use Zoom?
I've just straight up admitted to being bad. Like I just send a voice memo and I go, I know everybody thinks that with self-isolation I would be better at responding.
No.
It made me worse. I physically can't stand myself. Like, I don't want to text you, call me. When you tweeted the FaceTime thing, when you were like, because we're in like, it gives you, and I felt personally attacked because all I do, no, I did. I was like, this is to me. All I do at night when it's like 9 p.m., I just FaceTime people I haven't even spoken to in a while. I'm just like, are they free? Can they
sober?
Dead sober.
Wow.
I swear. I'm just like, someone speak to me, please, because I'm talking to myself.
If you're going to FaceTime me, I need like a good 4-day heads up.
Okay. I would never dare to FaceTime you after that text. Like, after that tweet, I would give you a massive heads up.
I can't just answer a FaceTime randomly because number one, I'm usually playing like Dear Evan Hansen at a very loud volume. I don't want people to know what like music I'm playing, what I'm doing. I've got a mask on. I'm usually crying. I mean, I need like a good heads up.
Right. So for me, I've understood the fact that I'm usually crying all the time. And so when I call somebody, it's not a surprise. Like, they're just like, Bailey's crying again. So,
here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Typical Tuesday.
Yes, honestly.
But no, I did an Instagram live yesterday with Cecily Strong, and I kept going, okay, you're supposed to announce you're doing it live. You're supposed to tell your followers. And then someone kept prank calling me. They got my number off of Reddit and trying to disrupt the Instagram live because I didn't press like turn notifications off. So I just made sure my notifications are off so no one's going to hack us or troll us.
Cool. Thank you for that.
At least I could do.
That is really lovely. I was excited when she was on because I went back. I was trying to find it because I didn't watch it live yesterday because you didn't give me enough heads up.
I know. I only wanted the Reddit trolls to know,
Yeah.
not you.
But the other night I meant to text you mid breakdown, right? Typical.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in bed and I was on Amazon. I was like, I pretty much watched everything that's available to stream at this point. But I went through, like, it said like the teen girl section. I was like, well, this seems fun. And the female brain popped up. I didn't know it was you. I kid you not. I just saw the title and I went, oh, that's made for me. Looked at it and then I was like, oh, forgot Whitney. Of course it's you.
Her again.
I watched the whole thing and was sending videos to my boyfriend. I was like, is this not me? The scene with Lucy Punch when she's like trying to pop his pimple. I have literally said like so many times, oh God, it's just a blocked hair follicle. Like if I could just 2 seconds, just 2 seconds.
It's an ingrown hair. Just give me 2 seconds with it.
Oh my gosh. It was genius. It was great.
Girls go either way with this. I'm interested in what happens in the comments. Girls, do you like to squeeze your boyfriend's zits or not?
I'm curious too. I love it.
I do it for people that I'm not even dating. I'll be like, can I just I'll be in like a work meeting and I'm like, you have a blackhead, and it's all I can think about. So either you need to take care. I'm happy to do it. I would prefer to do it myself.
Yep.
Even though like you have a wife and kids, like it's not weird. I'm not in love with you. I have to get it. It's such a biological urge.
I genuinely can. If I see it before bed, if I see it and we're out to let any person, a friend of mine, like my best friend has just admitted to it now. She's just like, fine, like I will. Fine, like shut up, do it. And my sister's the same way. My mom calls us monkeys because we're just like,
that's literally what it is. And you know, and part of the reason I wanted to make that movie was I felt like, you know, and a lot of what I did in my career was talk about like the difference between men and women and relationships falling apart, and realizing that so many of the fights we get into are not mistakes we made or personality flaws. Like they're just the way we're biologically wired. Yeah. And I got in lots of fights with boyfriends where I'd want to squeeze their zits or pluck their eyebrows, and they wouldn't let me do it, and it would make me so mad. But then what I didn't realize I was doing was men have feelings too, believe it or not.
They do.
I didn't realize like, oh, this is coming off really critical. And what I'm really saying is you're not good enough. You're gross. You're repulsive to me. And I didn't realize I was hurting their feelings.
Yeah.
I just thought I was solving a problem. I thought I was being helpful. And once I sort of learned about the biological urge to need to groom someone you love, I was like, I think men need to know that this is biological. This is not just us being hypercritical jerks. It is just the way we are wired. And a lot of the way that we're wired is our reptilian brain has not evolved to, you know, catch up to things like Neutrogena Zit Cream. Like we used to have to do it to each other, you know, and it's really coming from a place of love. It's not coming from a place of shallow, critical negativity, you know?
Yeah. So my sister is the perfect example of that, because if I go over to her house and she's in the kitchen and I look at her back, right? Keep in mind, spotless, like spotless. You know what I mean?
Yes.
She'll look at me and she'll be like, can you just, and I'll be like, yeah, let me just check it out.
Oh, get it.
She'll stand there and I'll be like, there's really nothing. She's like, I think there is. Like, just find it. Honestly, I don't care. And
just make it up.
She's like, just try and get one. And at the end, she's like, oh, that was so nice. Like, thank you so much.
That's love, you know? A lot of people are revolted by it. I don't understand those people. I know a lot of people like, oh, I'd never pop my boyfriend's zits. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, maybe you're not as compatible as you think. Because to me, that is like deep love. If I am willing to see something so gross about you. But then I thought about it the other way. And I was like, if a guy was like, hey, you have a zit, can I get it? I would cry forever. So I guess, yeah. You know, just sort of like, because we're so wired to not be able to show any of our flaws, you know, like I think that's the ultimate kind of trust. Like I definitely had a guy, I have a mole right here and like a black hair will grow out of it.
Aw.
And
that's cute.
Really cute until you're in quarantine and like are not on your self-care grooming schedule. But I once had a guy like point it out and he was like, oh, you have a hair going out of that mole. And I was like, oh, well, it's over now. He's seen something ugly about me and it's over. And it actually like brought us closer,
Yeah.
you know? So I think that I'm just really interested in like how we demystify each other and what intimacy really means. And it's not always looking perfect and looking your best. Sometimes it's looking like what you think might be your most raw sort of self.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 on it. If I know that I have something on my back, I can't not think about it.
Yeah.
So if he's like, I'm like, just get it. Like, get it. But then like I'll get these I don't even know what they are, but they go underneath my eyes.
Are there little white things?
Yeah, see, like they're popping right now from stress.
Are they called I think they start with this, it's a little calcium deposit, right?
So that's what I thought. But then I went to the dermatologist and he was like, no, you straight up, like, it's like a form of acne that gets and because the skin is so thin right here, that's why. And
they're tiny. Yeah. They're tiny and like hard.
So hard. And they so bad. And they stayed for sometimes, I mean, the one under my eye stayed for a month.
But you can't squeeze it, right?
You can't squeeze it. And only like the first day you can if you get it. But I remember I hadn't seen my boyfriend in probably like 2.5 months. I was filming. I got there. The first day there, I feel it coming up. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I am livid.
This is the universe wanting, God or the universe wanting your man to see everything.
Right. But then 5 days later, when the second one comes up and they're matching twins, like one here and one here. So I did, and I thought to myself, it's so weird because if it's on like my back or something, I'm like, get it. But when it was here, I was so self-conscious about it.
Interesting.
And so we had like this bit where I would literally cover it, and I would go better, and he'd go worse, and then I would go worse, and he'd go better. and I'd be like, and it went back and forth, so now I'm fine with it. But
I worked really hard on that part of the movie where James Marsden's character said to Lucy Punch, like I guys used to tell me like, you're so much prettier without makeup. Like, I don't care, like, or they just can't frankly tell the difference. It's sort of like, you know, like I remember there's just like, they're just like, yes, I'm attracted to that and that and that. Every version of you, lipstick, no lipstick, like I'll take whatever I can get, you know, like I think that movie, I really wanted to show that I think we tend to think men are much more shallow than they actually are because we're wired for survival to be kind of shallow for a good reason. We're wired to see flaws so that we can fix it and groom. So we sort of, I think there's this myth that men are way more shallow than we think that, you know, than they actually are. And there was a scene at the end where, you know, James Marsden's character just saw Lucy Punch's character just tearing herself apart, like straightening her hair, curling her hair, coloring her eyebrows, doing the lip liner and everything. And he was just like, who are you doing this for? Yeah. Like, I love you this way. Like, you have freckles. Like, it made everyone on the set sort of cry because and you know what was so powerful about it is that Lucy Punch's actual character had to wear a lot of makeup the whole show because her character was like very overly made up, very self-conscious about her appearance. And then when the actual character of Lucy Punch came out with no makeup on for this scene, everyone on the crew was like, oh my God, she looks so hot.
Yeah.
Like, life imitated art in that moment. They were all like, God, she looks gorgeous like this when she came out with no makeup on. And it was just so like, gave us all goosebumps. Yeah. Never mind, like, don't talk about how hot the actress is. Like we were professional about it, I swear.
No, it's fine. I think she's hot. I did a pilot with her when I was probably like 10. We did this Powers. It was like this comic book series, and it ended up being made down the road in like a different way. But I just thought she was the coolest. I was like,
the best,
such a badass,
such a badass.
Yeah, so great. I have to ask because I watched it when they like start to make up. And like, okay, I guess it's a two-parted question. When she's talking to him about all these things, and then she sees the laundry or his shirt or whatever, starts to fold it. Was that written in, or was that on the day? Did you guys come up with that?
That's such a good question. Lucy Punch, James Marsden, who is brilliant. Yeah. Like, he can do anything, comedy, drama, anything. I sort of did, it was a very small movie. We made it for no money. If anybody that's watching this is like interested in making movies and acting, like, you'll see how little coverage there is in the movie. It's like we had like 3 angles that I had to creatively try to make look like we had a lot of coverage. So we had very little time. We didn't have time to rehearse. The actors didn't even really have a lot of time to establish chemistry. Like him and Lucy had to be in a 3-year relationship the first day they met as actors, and it was just like instant, you know?
Crazy.
And I sort of just experimented with it. Once we got in there, I was kind of just like, wouldn't it be great? I don't buy that she would completely change as a person in 10 seconds. It's just not real. It's not true. And the story I wanted to tell was, I'm still who I am, but you're worth me trying to restrain myself for. I'm not going to change overnight because that's not possible. That's an irresponsible message. To make a movie where the message is, I need you to change this. And she's like, okay, that's not how it works. And I also wanted to show that these characteristics that this woman has are actually incredible and can be powerful and can be channeled in good ways, you know, like women who are sort of like very detail oriented or perfectionists, we pathologize that character trait, but it's something that serves us very well as moms and as artists and in our careers. So it's not shut it off entirely. You know, you just directed something. You need to be a perfectionist. You need to overthink things. You need to be sensitive. It's just that as soon as we go into our relationship, all those characteristics start to be a little annoying. So I didn't want to send the message, change who you are.
Sorry, Josh just commented. He said, Whitney, how are your lemon trees?
Oh God, Josh, shut up. They are
Sorry, I had to say it.
They are frankly naked because Josh, our mutual friend. Yeah. By the way, get that so cute.
So okay, so they're
we have to tell everyone why Josh Dallas is commenting.
Yeah, so they're coming on tomorrow. I've been like too nervous to ask them, Josh and Jenny, and I finally was like, because I have something coming out like in the next week and a half, and so starting tomorrow it kind of has to go to that focus. And I was like, I just have to ask them, even if it's just for me, even if it's just my live and I get to see them virtually, but they're gonna come on tomorrow. But I'm so excited.
So you guys, for who's catching up, Jennifer Goodwin and Josh Dallas. So Jennifer Goodwin is my best friend, my oldest friend in Los Angeles, the first friend I made in Los Angeles, and has seen me in some really dark places. So when I met you, it was just so weird. It was just so surreal because I was like, oh, you're my best friend. Like you and I were best friends 15 years ago. Like you were just 10. And it's just so surreal because not only do you like resemble Ginny in a lot of ways, of course, but like your spirit is like your heart is like her. So it just was like, it's very eerie to talk to you.
I remember feeling when you said that when we met and you were like, I'm friends with Jenny. I haven't even spent time with her. I think we've literally spent 3 seconds and it was comparing eye contact lenses and a little hello here and there. I like she made me feel like she's like in my life forever. Like she just has that heart.
She was like, hi.
Yeah, and I was like, hi, I really love you inside.
Oh
like,
my God. She's so genuine. She's so sincere. She's so salt of the earth, and she's so exactly who she is. I mean, Ginny has seen me make some really despicable decisions and do some really stupid things. And she'll just go, okay, well, that was interesting. Like she just had no judgment in her body. No, she's the light of my life. And she, you know, friendships with women are just, to me, have been such a medicine in my life. And I used to struggle with really pretty intense eating sort of disorder struggles. And I remember Ginny was the first person who just was able to get through to me because she's so not negative. She's so not critical. She was so coming from a place of compassion. Yeah. And she was in my apartment. I'll never forget this. And she opened my cabinet and it was all like diet soda, just crap, like sugar-free candy, like whatever. Like I thought like you weren't allowed to eat any fat. This was like ages ago. I was eating like fat, just unhealthy.
Yeah.
and she opened it, and instead of going, ew, why are you eating this? Or why don't you get your, pull it together? Like, why don't you, she opened it and just went, it breaks my heart that you think this is what you deserve.
Wow.
And it was just like, she said it exactly how I needed to hear it, because I was like, oh, what I put in my body is a reflection of my self-worth.
Crazy.
And she just said it in a way where I just heard it and I got it, and it just changed that day.
That's so cool.
It was so cool. And also Ginny Goodwin, I don't know if I'm even allowed to say this, but worth talking to her about it tomorrow, about her journey on Big Love, and sort of the way that, when she started in our business, she was thought of as like, she has a round face. She was thought of as like not the skinny girl,
That's what I get on daily. She's the most beautiful human in the entire world.
I know, but it's like she was the first person to go, you know what? No, we're not doing that storyline, because that's not true. Like she's really stood up for, women's body image, and really like that she's wasn't ever negatively portraying her body. And I always just admired that. I was like, oh, actresses can take control of the way that they are perceived, and she wouldn't allow any irresponsible depictions in media of her.
I think she was probably the first person that I ever understood falling in love with, like an actor, like loving the work that they do.
Yeah.
Which I think is why I was so excited to have gotten to meet her, and like over the moon. It still blows my mind that I was even that I was able to play a younger version of her. To me, that's like the biggest honor. It just is. But I just remember watching her and going, that's somebody that you're watching a film, but you feel like you're watching a friend, and you feel like you're like, her heart is just, I swear that, I mean, it's one of the reasons why she's so good. Her heart is so, it's just so beautiful. And she was just so lovely. Oh, it's so, yes. Hello.
Did you see my video go out a couple times?
I saw it for a second, but not just then.
No, so now someone's calling.
Oh.
The thing's happening. Whenever I go live, someone is calling me to try to prank me. So if that's...
No, you're good. I don't mind it.
I'm sorry, I'm bringing these fans to your...
I'm really glad that you are. I'm really glad that you are. But no, long story short, we did meet. We bonded over that. And then I remember we talked so much about it, so much so that I was in an audition room with you for something that you were doing. And afterwards and before, we talked about Jenny. Like, it was like I did the scene and then we were like, how's Jenny? It
is just so rare. I've been in this business long enough. It's like, I think, seeing how Ginny has been able to, we're in a business where there's a big scarcity complex. There's a big... We want to work. We never know when we're going to work again. We never know where our, I know. And if I talk.
It's because you're so popular. So it looks good. It's good, Whitney. I wish we could just guess them on.
If I talk about it, just like patch them in.
Yeah, I wish we could.
Hey, jerk. What? Now what do you have to say? If you're so freaking interesting. You guys are really enjoying this. Your followers are enjoying the fact that I'm getting hacked. Okay. So we never know when our next job is going to come from. I'm sure a lot of people relate to this. And sometimes you do get an opportunity that's like, oh, this is a job, but is this responsible? Is my heart really in this? Am I really telling a story that I feel noble telling? Do I feel like I'm putting a good depiction of a woman into the world? Like, am I part of the problem? Am I part of the solution? There's a lot of pressure around that, sometimes. And I think, the more complicated our world gets, the more there is like a moral obligation to make sure that we're depicting people on television a certain way, and people look up to you and they look up to us, and they get their ideas of how they should see themselves through us. And Ginny has been someone that has always had so much integrity, and there's times that I've seen her get offered jobs and been like, you know what, that's just not what I want to put in the world. And it taught me like, oh, you're allowed to say no. Even if you have desperation, you can say no and make decisions that you know you'll be proud of later. And I never thought about pride before I knew Ginny. I was just like, I didn't have integrity before. Like, you can have integrity and succeed. And I actually think that's when the people get the things they want, is when they have the most integrity. You might not get that quick hit. You might be playing the long game.
Yeah.
But that's when I think you really will have the longest, most revered career and the most interesting career, when you say, when you do have that bar for yourself.
I needed to hear that again, I think, because I go through, I think the last year and a half of my life, and we've kind of briefly talked about this, but I was on a show for so long, and I loved it. And I went to the show because what I was being offered is stuff I knew I wouldn't be proud of. And so I was like, here's a chance to be on a show that I can do what I love. I can be on a set, I can work.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the conversation shifted, and I was like, well, I'm going to be 20 this year. And the thing is, I do love what I want to do. And so I want to fulfill myself and make sure that I'm fulfilling myself in every way. And so that was a really hard decision to walk away and to leave and not go back for the sixth season. But I remember just saying on the phone, I said, I have to believe in myself. And if I say I'm going to go back, it's because I don't believe that I'm able to do these other things that I feel like I can have and that I have inside of me. And I felt so confident with it. And then the last year of being like, oh my gosh, all I've ever known is a set, and I keep saying no to things. I like, there's moments where I call up my family and I'm like, well, I've said no to something like this 35 times. Like, I feel like it's like I'm supposed to be saying yes now. And it's like, no, you have to just sit firm in that and wait. And so thanks for just saying that, because I
this might not just be with jobs. This might be with boyfriends, with friends, you know, anybody watching. Like, if something is 90% there, it's probably a no. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. It took me so long to learn that. It's like, do I want to take this thing I'm like 70% into, or wait for the thing I'm 100% into? If I say yes to the 70%, it means I'm lacking faith again. And I talking about anything besides frame.
Hold on. I have a thought.
Do I go in and try to turn off notifications again?
I'm thinking, let's save this, come back on. We'll come back on.
Okay.
For like 10 minutes. We'll chat for another 10. Maybe try the turn off notification.
But hold on, stay there. Hold the puppy up. Hold the puppy up. Hold the puppy up. I'll be.
Oh, you're just gonna come back. This is the puppy. Oh, that was really cute. That was very cute. Did you know you were live? Did you know? This is so funny. Hi, guys. She's gonna come back.
Okay, so I just everything is off. Do not disturb is on. Do not allow calls is on. So this is someone that's getting very creative. You're very funny. We're very impressed.
Do you think they're watching right now?
Yes.
Ooh, that gave me goose. Like
I know.
That's a little creepy.
I know.
But not so creepy that you should call me.
Don't.
I meant please call Whitney.
Yeah, I think that it is way more entertaining to see me stress out than you. It's more fun for them.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think you're too. I don't think they want to make your life difficult. Maybe just mine. But I want to.
They would.
I want to see this puppy.
I know. He gets adopted in like an hour, a half an hour. So this is him. I want him
so bad. Well, do you have dogs already?
I have a golden doodle.
Oh, that's
my mom basically stole him.
Okay.
Murphy, he's living in Florida. Can't get him back, but he's honestly living the best life with her.
Yeah.
And my sister has a dog, but I'm just in a weird place because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, the first dog that I adopted, I got roasted for a minute because they were like, why aren't you just adopting it? Or that I was fostering.
Which is, by the way, for everyone listening who said that, like, fostering a dog saves a life. Don't then get mad at people after they saved a dog's life. Why aren't you keeping it? Like, you're saving a dog's life. Fostering is very emotionally traumatizing and draining. So I foster a lot, and I get a lot of that feedback. Like, she's so in love with you. You have to keep her. You have to keep her. It's like, she's going to do just fine when she goes to the other amazing home I found her.
Right. I know that. And that was the thing. I was less of the fact of, I need to defend why I didn't keep her. It was more of it's like rubbing salt in the wound, because I was already sobbing because I loved her so much. But I said to my mom, I was like, look, I want them to have a stable, beautiful life, and I'm not in a place to give that. Not because I don't want to, but like if I was doing a show right now here in LA or somewhere, at least I knew, like, I could have them.
Yeah.
But I was like, if every foster adopted the puppy, then we'd be out of, we couldn't take in all the puppies that we need to find homes for. So
that's right. That's right. Fostering is the greatest thing on the planet. I foster probably a dog a month, and if I kept them all, their lives would be miserable because I wouldn't have any time for them. I'd have 12 dogs, right? So fostering is incredible, but there's always going to be those people who kind of put you through the guilt trip when you are trying to do the right thing.
No, exactly. Okay, should we answer like 5 more questions?
Sure.
That way, because it's already, it's 3:30. Oh my gosh, sorry, we've talked so much.
I know. Well, now we're just hanging out. I know.
I just haven't seen you in so
I'm having too much fun.
I'm gonna try the question. I hope it works.
Okay, yeah, the question thing.
I'm worried about it. I'm too worried about it. I'd rather everyone just comment down below. Everyone's asking if it's you or the robot.
It is me.
That's the most frequent question.
Not the robot. Oh my God, they're calling again. It's not the robot, but it's just because it's.
I just got a call. I kid you not.
From no caller ID?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the robot.
I'm like trembling. Interesting. That does not help the situation, Whitney.
Is this making you less creeped out or more creeped out?
Even more. Even more.
She's not wearing any hair, so that would be her if she had my hair on. There we go.
She's beautiful. She is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. Interesting. Well, it's a good thing this isn't my phone, so that's fine. Good.
I'm watching you totally spiral.
I am glad for that.
I think that everyone's just kind of figuring out how to disrupt people's lives. It must be like an app in the calls, but it's not like get into the lives,
Yes. Yeah. Well,
questions?
Yes, let's try it. Okay, hold on, let's see. Okay guys, we're gonna answer, let's do 3. We'll do 3 questions. Let's see. Hi from France. Hello to France.
Hi France.
Hi France. Okay, this is great. Why do you have a robot? Go, give the whole spiel.
Okay, now you have your emotional meltdown. I'll take this one. I have a robot because I made a stand-up special where I talked a lot about robots and what I'm very curious about the role they're going to play in the future. Are they going to take our jobs? Are they going to complicate our relationships? Could they be a good thing for women, actually? I like to play devil's advocate sometimes with something that everybody is negative about. I like to play with maybe the contrarian point of view. And I think that now that women are kind of having this moment where we're moving into the workforce and taking on bigger roles and being seen differently, but also are expected to be wives and mothers and do all the other jobs, like maybe us all having a robot double could be a good thing because we're expected to do twice the work. So why can't we have twice, So I just want to play around with it. And I wanted to write as many jokes as possible. So I had a robot built of me that looks exactly like me to see if she could replace me and do stand up in my special. So she does stand up at the end. And and hopefully she doesn't. You don't think she's funny.
You are like, you know what, it took me a hot minute to get into stand up. I just don't think that I was exposed to it really. And I think that the first person that I was exposed to it was when John Mulaney did the show Mulaney. They had me do an episode, which I first off did not understand because I'm like so bad at multicam. Like it takes me a hot minute to like adjust to it. And two, like I had never really done anything like that, but they had me on the show and he did a stand up before the live taping.
Yeah.
And then it was in the beginning of the episode. And I was like, that is so cool. And so then I started to get into it, but I don't think you realize, like, I watch your stuff. Everything that you post, I mean, I do. I DM it. I share it to everybody. I'm like, look at this is so funny. I mean it. Like, you crack me up.
Thank you. It's tricky. You know, it's doing stand up as a woman is always, you know, it's interesting because I never want to come off too weak. I never want to come off too strong.
Yeah.
I'm finally at the point where I'm just like,
whatever.
It is what it is, you know, because when a woman is talking for an hour, inevitably someone's going to get annoyed at some point, whether it's for what, you know. So I used to be in a place where I was like, I don't want to admit all that I check my boyfriend's phone or that I get jealous because am I like putting out a bad image of women? Am I like making a stereotype? I would just overthink it so much, you know, because there were so few women doing stand-up that I didn't want to, like, you know, I would be like, I can't do this joke on stage because it makes me look crazy and guys don't need more evidence that women are like, it's just going to reinforce this negative. And then I just like, you know what? People aren't looking, it's comedy. It's fine. I don't have to put this much pressure on myself all the time, you know? So it's always a tricky line.
Do you think that's helped you at all personally with stuff with you, maybe, like in order to see situations lighter?
Interesting. You know what? Yes, because in relationships, I will turn one tiny thing into a huge thing. Mm-hmm. Like if, you know, I remember one time I was and can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Mm.
He came back with like 1 fork. He wasn't thinking, like he just grabbed a fork and like some napkins and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, 1 fork? Like you didn't get 2 forks? Like, what if we have kids? You're not going to bring 3 forks? Like, everything became so, I thought everything was a metaphor for everything else, you know? Yeah. Like I would get so obsessed with like you ordered vanilla ice cream yesterday and now you want chocolate ice cream. So you like one thing and then you just don't like it the next day. Right. Like, why would you had scrambled eggs yesterday and now you want over easy eggs? Just overthink things. And I think doing stand up and it's wild.
Wait, someone's saying if you put put your phone on airplane mode, nobody can call you. But how can
I not get? But then I won't get Wi-Fi.
I guess if you have Wi-Fi. No, you can get
then
Wi-Fi,
like
on a plane. But if you do airplane mode on a plane, you still can get Wi-Fi, right? Poor thing. Did we lose her? Hi, guys. Can you guys still hear me?
I don't think it works. I think I lost you. I think airplane mode is no phone calls or some, I don't know. I think I lost you for a second. But thank you guys for helping. I think we're almost out of the woods with this. And thank you for your patience. And This
has
will
been, I think, the most entertaining one. This has been like a roller coaster for everybody, and we all need it. So this is good.
I think so too. I think a lot of people are doing lives right now. They're all very monotonous and similar. You're gonna come to Bailey's page and you're gonna get something you can't see anywhere
You don't even know
else.
what's gonna happen.
You never, it's spontaneous. You never know what's gonna happen on Bailey's page. This is fly by the seat of your pants. Is she laughing? Is she gonna cry? Is she scared? Is she happy? We've gone through every emotion in the last 20 minutes.
And here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna FaceTime you with no 4-day warning after this. This is what's gonna happen. I'm not even gonna give you a warning after this live.
This live should be called.
Well, you know what I'm impressed with? I'm impressed with the amount of people that have stayed. I'm impressed that people have stayed. Like, I'm impressed with the amount that have stayed through this with us. You know?
Well, yeah, they want to see if we're gonna survive or not.
But like, that's lovely.
Yeah, they want to see if a man is gonna appear in this window and murder me. They're like, when is she? Are we gonna watch a live murder on Bailey's channel?
That would be the most less. Oh man, I'm crying.
Is the person stalking Whitney gonna show up and just strangle her on this live?
I honestly don't know if I would laugh or if I would cry. Or
just post it. Just get it. Make sure you get it. Get it.
I heard a sound.
Oh my God! You just gave me a heart attack. Oh my God!
You don't realize how paranoid I get.
Oh my God! That just my heart.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. Oh gosh. All right. Well, I'm just gonna hold the dog. I'm just gonna hold the dog. I love you.
I love you. I hope we can do another one.
Someone just
one of these, and we'll have more questions. What did they say? What are they saying?
I know. This is no. Everyone's just. They said. The problem is bots on Instagram requesting to join the live, not people hack. Everyone's just really into the window thing. They said it likely be a coyote. Oh, your coyotes are crazy.
I have a whole coyote saga. Wait, so is someone explaining that this is a bot of some sort?
That's what I think that's what they're saying.
Ooh, you guys.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say, whoever's saying that, will you DM me and tell me? Because yesterday my IT guy said it was when I announce a live, people that can find my phone number think it's funny to like just call in, but maybe this is a separate thing. So please DM me whatever that theory is, whoever you are.
I like that.
You know.
You let me know too. Even though this isn't my phone. Stop it. I'm so
just an arrow comes out.
It's like Hunger Games is announcing they have another book for quarantine. They're like,
just a dart.
We're back. Oh my God.
Well, I'm going to crash your live, obviously, with Josh and Ginny tomorrow.
You have to. I know. It literally just happened like 2 hours ago. I wrote them. I got the courage to finally.
Oh, it makes me so happy.
Yeah, I know. And I would love it if you're on, because I'll just be like gobsmacked. Like, I'm just gonna be like.
And Ginny, make sure that everybody works hard to. I've been working to get Ginny on Instagram for the past 6 months. I'm very close to succeeding.
Oh wow.
I know.
Maybe I'll be the little button, the little push. You know, the little. You should do it. We've got you. I would like that.
She's very, she's very private. That's like, okay. I think our stuff, we're going to also do another one of these at some point.
Good.
But I'm going to make you come on mine.
I would love that. I want to do your podcast too.
Oh yeah, we were going to do that.
I want you to.
And then things got crazy.
and chat and like make me sound funny. And like, I feel like, cause you know why? You would probably be the only person that I would fully like maybe let my humor come out with, because I would like trust it. I would feel like less, you know what I mean?
I would love
So
that. Okay, we're gonna do that very, very soon.
I'm free, so you just let me know.
I know. Let me check my schedule. I'm available.
Yeah. I won't respond for a couple days, but
yeah, play it cool. Play it cool.
Yeah.
You know, don't embarrass yourself.
No, I can't. I love you. Thank you for doing this.
I love you so much
already, but I'll text you in a few minutes. But
I love you, and everyone watching. I love your fans. They're all so nice and sweet, and they're sending the nicest things. What a pleasure.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm happy. I'm thrilled you're on. I had so many DMs from people that are friends of mine today going, how is Whitney on? Like, how'd you get that? I was like, I don't know how she's like a friend of mine, but like she is. And they were like, that's so cool. And people that went to see your stand up in LA at the comedy, the comedy store shop.
That's the comedy shop
store.
The comedy kiosk?
What is the
comedy drive through? The comedy store. Yeah, the comedy store.
It is the store. Oh, I killed it. That's great. I did it right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see you. But anyways, I had a lot of people excited that you were on that are friends of mine. So thank you.
I hope that I was interesting.
Beyond the most.
While trying to fight the bots and the hackers. Welcome to being a woman in Hollywood. Just always bobbing and weaving, trying to get around the trolls.
So good, man. I can't. Well, this I haven't laughed from my belly in a long time, so thank you. That was much needed. I'm gonna go do a house check right now.
Maybe. I'll text you in a minute. I love you so much.